Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video we are going to learn how the switch, a layer 3 switch, will be used to perform the routing between the VLANs, and I am going to create multiple DHCP pools, each for one VLAN, and let's build the topology. So I'm going to be using a 3560 model switch, and I'm going to connect two PCs for each VLAN. As you can see, this is the topology which I'll be using. Let's go ahead and connect these to the switch. There you go. There you go. Done. So basically what we are doing is we will be configuring the multi-layer switch with a logical interface, and we will give it an IP address that is going to be the gateway for each VLAN. So we will be configuring these four pieces into two VLANs, and we are going to configure them in VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. We are going to create DHCP pools so they take IPs of their respective VLAN is what we are going to do in this video. So let's get into the video. So cancel. Let me take the console of this device. There you go. So as you can see, this is a layer 3 switch, and we are going to perform routing between the VLANs using the switch virtual interface, inter VLAN routing. That is why the first and the foremost thing which is important is you enable the IP routing on the switch. So you have to get in the configure terminal mode first to do that. IP routing, that is done now. So I will be configuring VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 for the four PCs, two for each. Let me go ahead and configure them. I'm going to name them the same, and this is going to be VLAN 20. Name is going to remain the same. So now the VLANs are created. Now we have to assign these interfaces connecting to the end devices, that is a PC, to their respective VLANs. So let's see those interfaces. What we see here is 0/1 and 2. I think this will be 3 and 4. Okay, let's get into the console of that switch again. Let me configure this interface into their respective VLANs, and you can use, if you want to configure an identical configuration for multiple interfaces, you can use the range command in that case. So I'm going to use interface range past Ethernet 0/1-2 switch port mode access to make it an access port, and switch port access VLAN 10 to make these two align with the VLAN 10. Now I will be configuring the other two interfaces into VLAN 20. You can use the help of the up arrow key if you hate typing. Well, in terms of configuring, not with respect to actual typing, you can't use it there. It's applicable only in the CLI, Cisco CLI. So 0, 2, 3 and 4 is the range for these two interfaces. I need them to be in the access port, access mode, switch port access VLAN 20. There you go. That is done. Now I will be creating DHCP pools for each VLAN. So I'm going to be using a class C subnet. So 192.168.1.0 for the first VLAN, that is VLAN 10, and 2.0 for the second VLAN, that is VLAN 20, with a default mask of /24. Let me go ahead and configure that. IP DHCP pool. I'm going to name it VLAN 10 to network 168.1.0. The mask is going to be 245.245.245.0. That's the default. Default router is going to be 192.168.1.1. That's the IP address I'm going to give for the SVI, which I'm going to create for VLAN 10. And let's also give the server the default 8.8.8.8. Complete pool name, network address, default router, DNS. That's it. Let's configure the second pool now. DHCP pool VLAN 20, and the network is going to be 2.0 with a /24 as I said earlier. 0. Default router is going to be 2.1. The DNS server is going to remain the same. Okay, so this is done, and let's create the switch virtual interfaces, or we also call it as the logical interfaces, for each VLAN. And interface VLAN 10, and that goes up. IP address 2.168.1.1. the mask, there you go, is it. Interface VLAN 20 came up. The IP address is going to be 2.1. That is done. Now let's save the configs. Let's see if there are any entries. There's none. And we are supposed to receive IP addresses DHCP through DHCP. Let's see if that works on the first PC. I'm going to set it as DHCP. So it should receive from the VLAN 10 pool, and it has received the very first IP of the pool. 1.1 is the gateway, and 1.2 is going to be this PC's IP. Let's check for the second PC of this VLAN. Let's click DHCP. It received the very next IP after that, and let's check for the second VLAN 20, and it should receive from 2. Network. Yeah, that is correct, it has received the same. Let's check for the last one, and should get 2, 3. Yes, that's correct. Now we are going to check the communication within the VLAN first. Then we are going to see if it communicates outside the VLAN by hitting the gateway of the other VLAN, which is VLAN 20 first, hitting the gateway, and then see if it communicates with the other VLAN. Let's check first within VLAN. I'm going to check one by one. I'm going to ping my own gateway first. 92.168.1.1 is the gateway that is reachable. Now I'm going to hit the other PC on my subnet, which is 1.3. Well, that is reachable as well. Now I'm going to hit the gateway of the second VLAN, that is the IP address is going to be 192.168.2.1. 92.168.2.1. Well, that works. I'm going to hit the PCs that is residing in VLAN 20. Let me ping 2.2. If you see a couple of packets losing in the initial attempt, you already know that that is because of the ARP request. That's a broadcast going out, it's receiving an IP address. Sending out the ARP request in order to know the MAC address of the other device. That's what happened there. And let's see for 2.3. Should be the same case where it loses the first packet, but the others should be fine. There you go, it is communicating now. So we are able to reach from PC8 to PC11. Well, PC8 and 9 are in VLAN 10 and PC10 and 11 are in VLAN 20. They are able to communicate successfully by using the SVI that is created on the multi-layer switch. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.